So now in our application, we're going to go through the process of setting up our shopping cart experience for our application. Now, keep in mind that this is the concept for the lecture videos. This does not necessarily follow along with the final project. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. There has been some confusion around that. The videos up to this point will now begin to really deviate and move into a different direction of what we're actually building, and that will be different than what your final project assignment is. But I want you to understand that the concepts that are being demonstrated here are concepts that you will be able to utilize in your final project. So keep that in mind. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm wanting to build a basic shopping cart kind of experience. I want to be able to list a series of products. I want to be able to check which products I want to add to my shopping cart and then add them to my shopping cart. So to do that, I'm going to need a series of tables in order to make all of that work. So I'm going to start out by creating a products table. So I'll open up my database here and I'll go to tables. And right now I only have one table for user. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on this table. I'm going to choose add table. And I'm going to walk through these steps kind of quickly, but the idea here is I'm creating a products table. So you should be able to follow along with the steps that I'm taking to do this, even though I'm not really just explaining what's happening. So while the designer is loading up, let's go ahead and create a product table. And this will be my identity field. And while that's still loading, I'll go ahead and just start typing in stuff. So name will be one of the fields. And that'll actually be enough for right now. So we can always add more fields to this in the future. But that'll do it for us for now. So we'll go ahead and save that. Actually, I'll do a save here, and I'll save it in my project in case you're curious how that table is designed. So this will be DBO TBL products. And let me make sure my names match. And then I'll do an update and update database. So now we have an additional table into our database. We can close that. So now I need to update my DB context and I need to create a model for that as well. So I'll right click on data, do add add class. And this will be my product class. And inside of my products table, I have an ID field, a name, my table. This will be my key. Oh, need to bring back my NuGet packages from when I deleted my branch and had to restart it. That's why I'm not getting the IntelliSense and action helpers that I'm expecting. Okay, so there we go. There's the build errors I was looking for, and there's the helpers I was looking for. Component model and data annotations. All right, so those are now in place. So we've got our model class, our DTO set up, and then in my context, I'm going to use the same context because it all connects to the same database. So there's no real good reason to make a new context just because I'm adding another table to the same database. So I'll do a public db set. This will be product, and we'll call the property products. All right, so we've now set up our table. We've created our product DTO or data transfer object for our entity framework models, and then we updated our DB context to include our products property to link to our database table. So we're in good shape there.